Hey everyone, this is Mo Twister, and you're listening to the Kingdom Podcast with the voice, DJ Yuki.
That was the OG, Mo Twister, promoting this podcast. If you like Korean pop culture, or know someone who does, then get into it, and visit our Facebook, Twitter and Instagram pages at the Kingdom Pod PH.
We're proud to tell you that this is one of the premier shows to go to for your weekly dose of K-pop. So drop everything and listen to the Kingdom Podcast. Available in all your podcast streaming platforms.
Join us!
Hi, this episode is not suitable for everyone. Parental guidance is advised. We are Bunk Collective.
Welcome to your Unfiltered Wrestling Podcast. And this is the MTV Show Podcast, a wrestling podcast. Ayun, so sana mas maganda na yung recording ko. Pucha, hindi na ako natutuwa. Ayun. Woo! Welcome to the podcast. And eto, start tayo. Start na agad tayo. Pag-usapan natin yung mga balita. Fuck. Hoy, yan, okay. So, welcome to the podcast. And on today's episode of the show, we're going to talk about the elephant in the room. Di na tayo mag-intro. Ayoko na mag-intro. Kasi I'm back after 2 weeks and I'm sick of what I'm hearing right now. Marami tayong pag-uusapan on today's episode of the podcast. Of course, nakahiga lang ako actually while recording. But I have to Ayun, I have to be careful kasi baka mahulog yung aking setup. But it is what it is. Maayos naman ang aking posisyon. Sana lang, mag-record sa StreamYard ko. Binabantayan ko kasi gumagalaw naman. So, I'm good to go. Ayan. So, welcome to the podcast. And on today's episode of the podcast, we're going to predict Night of Champions. We're going to predict Double or Nothing and yung NXT Battleground. We're going to predict all of them on today's episode of the show. And pag-uusapan din natin yung mga bali-balita na ating naiwan last week. And of course, this week on the podcast. So first thing, di na tayo magpapatagal. Pag-usapan na natin yung pinakamalaking balita na ating po nalaman last week during the Warner Bros. Discovery upfront that AEW Collision will be televised starting June 17, Saturday yon. Yung show is 2-hour show. 2-hour show siya. Tatagal every Saturdays from 8 p.m. until 10 p.m. sa US. And ang posibleng lineup nito is si Miro, Thunder Rosa, si Hobbs, Samoa Joe, si Andrade, tsaka si Scorpio Sky. Wala ba tayong ibang naka-confirm na reports about it? And yung kay CM Punk is teasing for it for the ways that they are going to restore CM Punk to the mix. Like, let's face it, Tony Khan is a fucking idiot. He will do anything. That's why the first show of AEW Collision is air live from the United Center, the same venue na kung saan in-air nila yung second episode of AEW Rampage when CM Punk made his professional wrestling return after 7 years natin yung posible maging competition ito. Itong collision na ito. Before we go to our recap of events and reviews, predictions of course. First thing, yung AEW Collision. Ang pangit ng time slot niya eh. Alam niyo ba yun? Ang pangit ng pagkalagay niya ng time slot. Like, maraming sasabayan to na events. Like, may sometimes sasabayan to ng boxing, sasabayan to ng mga WWE premium live events, or worst, baka sabayan to ng mga UFC events na syempre, mas abangan ng fans kaysa dito. Siguro idadaan to ni Tony Khan sa digmaang booking. Eh, no? Idadaan to ni TK sa literal na digmaan. Eh, if you want to survive a company war, you have to survive in a big way like this. And I know everything under their sun, and it's not working at all on them. Alam niyo ba, pagka binabasa ko yung Resertix, so that's late, since Revolution this year, habang binabasa ko, sobrang pansin na pansin ko, ang lala ng decline ng shows ng AEW. I don't want AEW to disband or to be closed. But pansin natin na bakit nga ba nagde-decline ang AEW shows. Kahit ito, Dynamite, Rampage, o kaya itong mga shows na ito na mas marami pang tao dun sa mga house shows nila. Pansin ko yun eh. Pero, ayun, patungong show na ito, before all double nating show na ito, ano to eh, dito, halos kalahati ng crowd eh wala. Tapos ng AEW Dynamite, nag-uwian daw lahat ng halos ng kalahati ng audience. At tapings ng Rampage. Nag-tapings pa din ng ROH. Halos alas 12 ng hati sa Las Vegas na sila yung natapos. It's kind of funny that Tony Khan feels alone and hindi naman natin alam kung ano yung magiging benefit na kasi why we're putting this shit together. Like, this bad nila o papatayin nila. Ang labo eh. I don't like that. Or double or nothing. According sa nabasa natin about is the capacity last year was almost 14,000. This year, and hindi, nagtataka pa rin ako eh. Sa totoo lang, nagtataka pa din ako. Bakit ang lala ng decline? Ayoko naman na mag-flop sila. Ayoko umabot sa punto na sobrang flop ng AEW just because of the CM Punk absence. O kaya kung pangit ang booking, eh kasalanan ni Tony Khan yun. Not serious on his bookings. Kaya kayo natitira ni CM Punk o ni Eric Bishop eh. Alam mo si Eric Bishop, totoo din yung sinasabi niya eh. Ayoko lang pakinggan yung podcast niya. Pero karamihan ng mga sinasabi niya lately na to, na ginagawa niya yung same process ng ginawa ni Eric Bishop ng buhay pa ang WCW. Ganun din yung ginawa ni TK ngayon. And kung hindi nga nag-work sa WCW, paano pa sa AEW? Diba? Pucha, Tony Khan, kumuha ka na nga ng mga advisor mo kasi sa tingin ko, TK desperately needs advisors right now. Like, si Eric Bishop, sa dami ng fame worthy dyan sa backstage ng AEW. Bakit hindi nyo itanong kay TK? TK, kailangan mo ba ng tulong? Magtulong tayo. We want the company better, pero pinapakitaan mo kami ng bad product. Pero, ay, nakatuligan. I hope you will remove the problem. Habang hindi pa nangyayari yung collision, sana masolve mo na agad tong problem ng flop shows. Lalo na ngayon, according sa Resultix din, na yung mga tickets for the shows, lahat ng shows as in, halos 10% pa lang yung nabebenta. I'm reading numbers actually right now, and tingnan mo, Scotiabank Arena, I'm reading tickets about Scotiabank. Putang ina, wala ba? Sana to. Is this another downgrade of Dynamite? Alahanin nyo, that's the Go Home show before Forbidden Door. And they're getting bad numbers. I hope na before Forbidden Door, maganda yung numbers ng show na yan. Kasi kung hindi, kung first show lang ang ganyang numbers, putang ina, bahala kayo dyan. Kung sa Rampage nga, hindi na nag-work yung ganyang sistema, paano pa sa Collision? Anong gusto patunayan ni TK doon? Like, ha? Nagpapatagi isang ng ticket sales sa WWE. Habang ini-imagine ko yung taste ko yung wala, it's declining talaga. As much as I hate to say things, like, sana mamatay na lang yung, sana ganyan na lang yung mangyari sa kanila. Sana magaya na lang sa WCW. As much as you want to say those things, and then business, hindi mag-work out kanila lahat ng katarantaduhan niya. Di ba? That's the truth. That everyone needs to find out. Pag hindi kasi nagtutugma yung vision niya sa vision ng boss, iba na yung naiisip ni Tiki. Parang baliw na tinapan ng si Tony Khan. Na desperado lagi sa atensyon. Na hindi mo maintindihan kung ano ba ang gusto niya. Kung ano ba ang pinagmamalaki nitong isang to. Na parang napapaisip pa kung ano ba ang gusto niya mangyari. Di hamak naman na katarantaduhan na yung binibigay mong product. Minsan, hit or miss. And gumagawa ka ng ngalan ng product para sa mga fans mo. Kasi, yun naman talaga yung basically, you're just an alternative. But TK needs to act up. Seryoso ang competition when it comes to pro wrestling. And habang hindi pa halos nagtuturn lahat ng tao sa AEW, they need to find a way para hindi umabot sa sukdulan lahat ng nangyayaring ito sa AEW kasi the more na nagde-decline lahat ng shows nila, the more din na walang tsansa sa itong Collision. Itong bagong show. It proves na pull talaga si AEW does this show, this shit, the more din na pinapatunayan nyo lang sa akin na tangahin ka pala. De, seryoso lang. Siguro TK needs to realize the shows, ang dami nilang shows and they don't need a bunch of shows na same lang naman ang downfall. Pero ito, may announcement sa AEW Games earlier this week that the AEW video game Fight Forever is set on June 29. Medyo madugo yung laro. Nakita na natin yung preview, yung mga photos. Yung graphics, medyo hindi ako impressed. Medyo hindi ako nagagandahan sa graphics. Para siyang old nostalgia game ng WWE before. Which is, it is what it is. Ang pangit. Hindi siya bagay sa panahon ngayon. Pero on June 29, i-reveal natin yung mismong review ko dito. Basta, I didn't like it. Parang hindi ako na-impress sa video game. To be fair, may mga video game din ng WWE na hindi ko nagustuhan. So, that's why hindi bias itong susunod na sinasabi ko. Pero feeling ko, the AEW video game looks disgusting. Yan talaga yung keyword ko doon. Disgusting. And ang weird tignan.
Picture this. Two guys talking about true crime,
Weird mysteries.
horror stories,
But the conversation is light.
and mostly funny.
And sometimes naughty.
This is Scriptsalog.
A Spotify exclusive.
I'm Gideon.
And I'm Glenn, and we're serving huge portions of horror and true crime twice a week.
We'll make sure your cravings are satisfied.
And you'll be begging for more.
Char.
Check us out.
This is Scriptsalog, available exclusively on Spotify.
Annyeong, we are One to Sarang.
Your next favorite Hallyu podcast.
We talk K-drama.
Ang daming kilig every time
Oh my God.
K-drama.
We also talk K-pop.
Yung feeling ko sa 17 na they bring me so much happiness.
And we live to entertain.
What you gonna do when Tiki steak in front of
Check us out now on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Also on YouTube. Join us sa tawanan at kwentuhan from One to Sarang.
Ayan. So, welcome back to the podcast. Ayan, di na naman nagpipick up yung aking StreamYard. Sana this time mag-pick up na. Ayan. So, kaya nilalabas ko yung aking audio settings. Kasi baka hindi na naman siya mag-pick up. Ayan, nagpipick up na ulit siya. So, ayan, inimbitahan namin kayo na makinig sa podcast ng Bong Collective, dongph.com. You can visit our website over there. Then, yung Bonk Book. Bonk Book is available on our social media firms at saka sa mga podcast service namin, podcast platforms, at saka sa YouTube ng The Bonk Collective. Yun lang naman. Tsaka yung podcast, paki-follow din lahat ng social media platforms at The MTG Show Pod. Yun lang naman. Ewan ko ba't ang selan talaga ng hype na iPad na to. Pagdating sa StreamYard, titignan ko nga mamaya. Okay. Continue nga tayo with WWE. So, according to Tony Khan in an interview, open daw ang WWE for a third hour of SmackDown. So, according to sources natin, hindi pa daw tapos yung contract ng WWE sa Fox. And baka yun ay matapos na next year, 2024. And medyo interesting kasi maraming posibleng broadcasters ang sumalo ng rights na ito pagka hindi nakuha ng WWE or ng Fox yung isa pang rights, isa pang years. 5 years ito eh. Alam ko 5 years ito eh. Pag hindi na naman nakuha ng Fox itong rights na ito, possible itong bumalik sa USA o sa NBC. Posible din na pumunta ng ESPN o kaya sa balita na Amazon Prime Video. So, yun yung tatlong service na pinag-iisipan ng WWE sa pwedeng pagbaksakan ng ng WWE SmackDown if hindi pa din magko-continue yung mataas na ad numbers ng show. Declining kasi, pansin natin pa reports declining daw yung numbers ng ads. Pero malalaman natin yon Pag actually talaga, nag-decline na. Pero ayun, interested ba kayo sa third hour na SmackDown? Let me know on the podcast platforms at atin niyang pag-uusapan at some point of time. Basta ako hindi ako interested. I don't like the third hour. Kung sa Rampage niya, ayoko na manood ng Rampage, dagdagan niya pa ng 1 oras yung SmackDown. Parang nakakaubay. Tapos may collision pa. Di ba nakakayamot? Ganun lang naman. I hate the idea of it. It's the more mas maraming runtime sa isang show. Mas madaming magagamit. Mas madami ding ads. Ganun lang yun, di ba? Ganun lang. It's business in the end of the day. But it's not smart in the WWE side. Kasi ang dami na lang shows eh. Di ba? Ayun. So, continue tayo with their reports. Konting recap na lang para sa New Japan Resurgence. So, Resurgence took place just days ago and we're going to do a recap. So, Willow Nightingale defeated Mercedes Moné. Mercedes Moné is injured per reports. Confirmed na rin ng New Japan. So, she's injured. And New Japan wished Mercedes Moné for her recovery. And yeah. So, Willow Nightingale is the first New Japan Strong Champion. So, si Kenta defeated. Sino nga tinalan to ni Kenta? Di ko tanda sino tinalan ni Kenta. Basta is the Strong Champion na ulit. Di ko tanda sino tinalan niya. Last BCC in action, as far as I know, Moxley competed again in New Japan. So, I'm good with that. And then, yung women's title, yung IWGP women's title, hindi pa rin talaga ako satisfied sa point why they introduced another women's title sa New Japan. Like, nawawalan lalo ng sense yung IWGP women's title. Habang tumatagal, nawawala rin yung sense ng Stardom. Like, why they're introducing a lot of belts for IWGP or New Japan? Like, why? I thought the idea of IWGP title is para yun sa US. I thought that was it. Pero hindi. Parang mas dumami pa yung belts nila lalo. Bigyan ko na kayo ng ideya. Baka sa susunod na buwan or linggo or months after of this, baka mag-introduce na kayo ng strong tuloy. Yung never women's title. Putang ina, pinapadamin nyo lalo yung titles nyo. Baka sa susunod yung never women's title. Ay, nako, New Japan, I hate you guys. Plus, ito, so Aussie Open, both members of Aussie Open announced that they are relinquishing both IWGP and the Strong titles, tag titles, in this event as well sa Resurgence. Injured kasi yung tag team partner ni Kyle. Hindi ko natandaan yung pangalan, sorry. Pero yun, so siya yung injured and they have to relinquish the titles. The coronation of the next champion is set for next month's Dominion. Ayun, so dami ko nang sinasabing Rebellion. Dominion, ayan. So, June 9, Dominion, I'm glad that Dominion is back on its regular date, so I'm good with that. Yan lang naman. So, yan lang. Ayun, so, i-recap na nga din kung konti yung WWE. So, Shotzi was introduced as Raquel Rodriguez's new partner, no? So, na-introduce na siya on Raw, the SmackDown taping, spoiler alert, she is the new partner of Raquel. Then, she will be part of the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match na nakaset for next week's Raw after Night of Champions. Yeah, so it's a 4-way tag team titles match. Shotzi and Raquel, Ronda and Shayna. Then sila Damage Control, Io Sky, and Bailey. At saka sila, ayun, yung Reklamo Committee nila Sonya Deville at saka ni Chelsea Green. I wish Chelsea and Sonya will win this match. I swear to God. But in reality, I think it's Ronda and Shayna. Ayan lang. So, continue tayo with our predictions. Let's start with the smaller one. So, NXT Battleground. Hindi ko na i-recap kung ano yung nangyari sa Battleground, sa Raw, NXT, Raw and SmackDown before this show. Hindi ko nagagawa ng preview ito. Explain ko na lang kung bakit yung parang naging nangyari before ma-official ito. Ano? Ganun na lang siguro para mas umikli tayo, pucha. Ayun, first match of NXT Battleground. Holy fuck, wala pala akong kopya ng card. Wala pala akong kopya ng card. Ano ba yan? Okay. So, may isa na naman akong trabaho na hindi ko nagawa. Ang tanga ko. Okay, so isa-isa na lang natin based on what I'm thinking. So, buti na lang may notes ako sa notebook ko. Thank God. Wait lang, I have to get this notebook. Ayan. So, first match na set was the finals for the women's title. So, Tiffany Stratton, buti tanda ko yung mga pangalan, no? Versus Lyra Valkyria. Yun. Yung finals is set for this Sunday as well for NXT Battleground. Ayun. After nito, ang daming nangyari after nitong match nila Roxanne tsaka ni Tiffany. Ang daming nangyari. Like, in 1 minute, napagtagpo-tagpo nila lahat ng stories. Like, Roxanne and Tiffany fighting each other. Tiffany defeated. Ayun, sorry about that. So, Tiffany and Roxanne beating the living hell of each other. Then, nag-face off sila ni Lyra. Then, yung may umatake kay Roxanne after of the match. Then, yung continuation ng brawl nila Ilya Dragunov and Dijak na i-discuss din natin later on sa predictions itong show. So, ito. The finals, Tiffany Stratton versus Lyra Valkyria. Yes, I love Lyra. Lyra is very underrated. Hindi siya ganong napapansin pagka mini-mention yung current generation of NXT superstars. Yes, when it comes to that, medyo na-ignore siya. No? Pero, let's face it, must draw si Tiffany sa mata ko. And I think she deserves to win more rather than Lyra. Don't get me wrong. I really love Lyra. Siguro, mas kailangan siya sa UK, NXT Europe once na mag-rebrand ulit yung show by next year, no? Plano daw nila next year sa TNT Sports. So for now, I'm gonna go with Tiffany Stratton for my pick dito sa match na to. The next, Gallows versus the Creed Brothers in a tag title match. Ay, sorry, nagsusulat pa ako. Habang nag-ano ako, nagsusulat ako eh. Tanga ko eh. Sorry, pasensya na. Hindi ko nasulat yung yung pang NXT Battleground. So, Gallows versus the Creeds. With the winners, actually, yung sila, Tony D, tsaka si Stax is possibly getting a title shot later on after nitong event. Nag-usap kasi sila ng Creeds. So, nakausap nila Tony D yung Creeds. And they're asking a title shot. Creeds accepted it. And we're going to get a title match at some point for them. Pero ang tatawa ko, feeling ko retain. As much as I love the Creeds, feeling ko retain, no? Feeling ko retain at retain to. Pero gusto ko na rin kasi mag-main roster yung Gallows eh. Gallows needs a main roster promotion na. And ayun lang naman. Feeling ko Gallows needs a promotion na sa main roster para medyo dumagdag na rin yung tag teams doon. Hindi ko pa kailangan ng Creed sa main roster. Kaya I'm gonna go with the Creed Brothers here. Creed Brothers needs to get their retribution after nitong 2 taon na 2.0 tsaka itong 2.0.1. Feeling ko Creed Brothers deserves their own title reign. Like, they deserve this match. Seryoso. No? Then, next, So, it's a three-way. So, Wesley defending his title versus Tyler Bate and the Paamboy Joe Gacy in a three-way triple threat match for the North American title. I want Joe Gacy to win. Personally, I want him to win. Just na mawala lang kay Wes yung title. Don't get me wrong. I love Wesley. I love the guy. But I don't see Tyler Bate winning a title anytime soon. I don't see him winning titles anytime soon. So I'm good with Wes retaining or mas good ako with Joe Gacy winning a title match. This time, kasama na yung schism. So, it will be interesting if Joe Gacy is winning the title this time around. Pero I'm good regardless on whoever wins this time. I'm good with that. Wala na akong pakialam kung sino manalo. Basta I'm good with it. I'm good whoever wins. Siguro they need to figure out na lang kung sino yung gusto nilang mag-walk out as winner. Pero preference ko talaga Joe Gacy. Pero okay ako kahit sino sa tatlo. No? Okay ako kahit sino sa tatlo ito ang manalo. Then, okay. So, we got Dijak versus... Okay. So, I'm writing up right now Dijak versus Ilya Dragunov in the last man standing match. Okay. This is hard. Okay, alam nyo, this is hard. Dijak is on a losing streak. Ilya is reintroducing himself. Ang hirap ito. Alam niyo ang hirap ito. Ang hirap ito. Like, I hate to say this, but I have to pick Dijak here. Like, Dijak deserves better this time. Wala mawawala kay Ilya, sa totoo lang. But, I really like Dijak to win here. Para lang mas ma-recover yung career niya, mas ma-recover yung run niya sa NXT at sa WWE in general. I wish they're going to let Dijak to win this time around. Oo, ganun naman. I'm good with that. Regardless on who wins, I'm good with it. And we're getting a fucking brutal match for sure at NXT Battleground. Then, sino pa ba? Yun, yung isa pa akong iniisip na match eh. I think there's one more match was set for NXT Battleground aside from the main event. Main event, naalala ko na. Okay, so there's a, wala na eh. I think wala na. Wala na ba? Di, yung Heritage Cup. I got it. The Heritage Cup. So, Noam Dar defending the Heritage Cup against Dragon Lee. This is hard. Ayan, so the Heritage Cup must be defended in a British rounds rules. 6 rounds, 3 minutes, I think. As yung way is pinfall, submission, or countouts. So, yeah. Yung British rounds rules. So, I think this is hard. I want Dragon Lee to win, but I think it's Noam Dar's. I think dito mawawala kay Noam Dar. Oo. Di siya mawawala kay Noam anytime soon. So, I'm gonna go with Noam Dar. Then, finally, with the main event, Braun Breaker challenging Carmelo Hayes in a rematch for the NXT Championship. Personally, gusto ko ng stipulation dito. Totoo lang. Gusto ko ng stipulation dito para lang matapos siguro yung feud. Parang ang baboy kasi ng build nila dito. Yes, I love Braun. I love Melo. But feeling ko binaboy nila yung feud na to. Parang umaabot ako sa point na gusto ko na lang mag-main event sila Tiffany at si Lyra. Kasi it's title match na malaki talaga. And it's a finals match. Parang mas gusto ko na yun na lang ang mag-main event kasi ito mag-open. Kasi parang nababoy talaga yung build ng feud na to. Parang binaboy talaga nila eh. Ganun yung impression ko dito. I hate it. Predictions, I'm gonna go with Carmelo Hayes. Like si Braun doesn't need any titles. Ayun. So, I'm gonna go with Braun Breaker. I'm Melo here. Carmelo Hayes. Ayan. So, let me know your predictions for NXT Battleground. And, ayan, partida nagsulat pa ako ng script ng inang yan. Nakalimutan ko siya i-print. Ayun, di pa tayo magko-commercial. Continue tayo with the predictions for Night of Champions. It's going to be quick. It's going to be quick sa Night of Champions set this Sunday, 1 a.m. on Disney+. So if you want to join the predictions, you can use the comment section o kaya sa Discord natin. You can join us for predicting this year's Night of Champions. Okay, let's start with the big one. Ayun, small ones muna. Rhea Ripley defending her SmackDown Women's title versus Bianca Belair. Natalia. Ano to? This is a simple logic. I want Rhea to win. Natalia tuloy sabihin ko. I want Rhea to win. Then, I'm tired of this opposite brand bullshit. It's time to switch the title. Seryoso. Ang tagal pa ng isang buwan kung aantayin yung Money in the Bank para lang mag-switch naturally yung title papuntang SmackDown to Raw. Like, it's dumb. It's dumb idea in the first place to switch the titles or switch the champions. It doesn't work out for me. I think it's Rhea win. It's a Rhea win regardless. Ayun. So, it's a Rhea win. Then, it's SmackDown counterpart or Raw counterpart. It's Bianca Belair versus Asuka na binild naman nila over on SmackDown. Ito. So, they need Asuka to win this para lang matapos na yung putapeting brand split confusion na yan. Oo. Sawa na rin kasi ako sa run ni Bianca. Like, ang tagal na nito. Halos isang taon mahigit. And NXT needs something new. Our main roster needs something new when it comes to champions, like women's champions. Asuka needs to capitalize her heel turn just weeks ago. Ang funny, di ba? Na hindi pa nila makapitalize yung mismong heel turn ni Asuka na yun. Kaya nakakatawa eh. But, yeah, regardless, I'm gonna go with Asuka here. Asuka needs to win the title. Then, Trish Stratus versus Becky Lynch. Sorry. I don't think Becky is winning here. And I don't think na matatapos din na ganito in one blow. So, I'm gonna go with Trish here para lang magkaroon ng 3 matches. Probably, they're going to have one here. Magkukumpit ang isa sa kanila on Money in the Bank, then Screwjob, then it will lead to SummerSlam, 1-on-1. Ayun, yun lang naman. So, I'm gonna go with Trish. Then, we have Gunter versus Ali for the Intercontinental title. Let's face it, it's very obvious that Gunter is winning here. But, like what I said weeks ago or months ago, every Gunter match is just amazing. I think Gunter can bring her A game or bring his A game every time he competes. Subukan yung tapatan si Gunter, tatapatan ka din yan. Ako na nagsasabi sa'yo. Gunter's actually just needing something para lang matalo ka. And that's what actually he does right now. Yun ang yung ginagawa niya para matalo niya basically lahat. I don't see him regardless dito. I don't see him being defeated by everyone anytime soon unless it's Roman. Then ayan, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns, Ed Solo Sikoa. Yes, there's a title match. Walang undisputed title match, but there's a story of it. Natatawa ako sa story nito kasi natutuwa din na they don't want Roman na mag-defend kasi parang ayaw nila sa pawan yung coronation ng bagong champion. I'm fine with that. However, parang ang tagal na since hindi pa na-defend yung undisputed title since WrestleMania. Di pa siya na-defend. So, what the hell? they need to defend it at some point, like Money in the Bank. Ayan lang naman. So, prediction, this is tough. I think KO and Sammy will win here para lang magtuloy-tuloy yung story ng possible implosion ng the bloodline. So, it will need a more gas para magalit lalo si Roman sa Usos. And, ayun. So, kahit hindi si Roman yung mapin, talunan pa rin siya. Lang yun. So, parang magmumukha siya lalong gago pagkatalo pa siya this time, with or without the Usos. So, yun yung feeling ko. So, I think it's time na mag-move on na sila Keo at Sami sa bloodline. Mag-focus na sila doon sa division nila sa Raw. O split na nila yung titles para matapos na yung bullshit dito, bullshit doon. And actually do something for the division. Kailangan na nila ng separate tag titles. And marami ng tag teams actually. They need something for the tag team division. And napag-iwanan sila kasi iisa lang ang tag titles. Diba? It is what it is. Then, Cody versus Brock. This is tough. I don't know. Medyo sympathetic kasi Cody sa akin. Naawa ako kay Cody. Brock in the past few weeks is just amazing. I swear to God. I really love this Brock right now. But, I have to predict Brock kasi para lang mag-draw, no? At possible namang magkaroon ng final blow by Money in the Bank or SummerSlam. Siguro, mas abangan natin yung magiging final blow nito. Posible pa nga lumabas si Bray Wyatt. May nagre-report kasi na baka si Bray Wyatt yung susunod na feud ni Cody bago bag after the SummerSlam. So, yun ang abangan natin na things para matapos natin itong bangungot ni Cody kay Brock. So, I'm going to predict Brock here. Brock talaga. Then, main event, Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles for the World Heavyweight Championship. This is tough. Seth Rollins is on his tapage sa Captain America New World Order. Alam mo yun? Hindi. Ayan, alam mo yun. Pero, the more na iniisip ko who the fuck will win this match, na habang iniisip ko yung putyang movie na yun, papaisip ako, feeling ko AJ to. AJ needs something. Like, they need to move OC to Raw. Like, or AJ to Raw. Ganun yan. Then, marami din naman akong gusto na Seth will win para stay talaga sa Raw or stay din sa AJ sa SmackDown. But it is what it is. Medyo disappointed lang ako sa build-up nito kasi medyo nag-stick sa video graphics. Hindi talaga nung special yung build-up. Like, wala man lang silang face-off or brawl sa buong build-up na to. Like, medyo, napangitan ako sa build-up. But the match, given naman we're going to get a really good match for this Sunday Night of Champions, and I have to predict Seth Rollins for the win here. But AJ winning this match will be great for me. Pabor din siya sa akin. Pabor din siya sa akin. And daw magrereklamo. I'm good with it. Goods din ako doon. Right? So, yun lang. For our predictions for Night of Champions. Again, ayan. So, imbitahan na natin yung mga viewers or listeners dito. So, Sunday na yung Night of Champions. You can watch it on May 28, 1 a.m. live exclusively on Disney Plus if you're from the Philippines. Indonesia, if you have Disney Plus Hotstar, it's part of your subscription. And then Peacock in the United States, WWE Network elsewhere if you want to watch it around the world. Yan lang naman. So, yun lang ang predictions natin for Night of Champions. We're going to take a short break. And when we come back, we're going to predict Double or Nothing, the biggest card here on our show today. So, yeah, we're going to take a short break. We're going to predict Double or Nothing. Let's check our bunkmates on Bunk Collective.
Get in, loser. We're going shopping.
I can't. I'm sick.
Weh, yung tataa.
Boo, you whore.
Di-lockdown pa rin.
Huh? 2021 na.
So, anong gagawin natin?
Di, magstay na lang sa house at makinig sa Astrology, the podcast. With new episodes every Tuesday on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts.
Cinephiles is back, now in Season 4.
For real?
For real.
Cinephiles is a film review podcast made by self-proclaimed cinephiles.
For self-proclaimed film lovers. Or kahit hindi, you do you, boo.
So come visit our cinema lobby when you can and listen to our episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Google Podcast.
Oh. Ayan. So, welcome back to the podcast. This Monday is Double or Nothing. Ayan. So, Double or Nothing. 8 a.m. as well on Fight TV, Premier Sports, and on Top Go TV. Ayan. So, let's do the predictions ulit. So, Chris Jericho versus Adam Cole in a sanctioned match with Sabu as the special enforcer of this match. Like, putang ina, why Sabu is in here? Like, I don't need Sabu at all here. Wala, ang pangit. Ang pangit ng trip dito. I know this match, hindi pa siya dispute. Hindi pa ito matatapos ng isang blow lang. Sure, hindi pa ito tapos. Yan ang sigurado tayo. But, feeling ko, Adam Cole needs to lose here para lang ma-justify natin yung possible na maramihan JS versus UE and Kyle and tuloy. Si Roderick at saka si Adam Cole. Siguro, papaisahin ko muna si Adam Cole. Pero feeling ko it's going to be a Jericho win over a Cole win. But regardless, it doesn't count. So, kung mag-gloat man dyan si Jericho, hindi bang ang panalo niya? Adam Cole here. Kasi feeling ko, pag nag-gloat siya, mas matindi yung gloat niya. Kasi wala naman sense yung pag-gloat mo. At saka mas sympathetic kasi si Cole over Jericho dito sa feud na to eh. Ayun, okay. I'm back in the back. Jericho needs to lose. Ayan, medyo magulo. Pero I think it's Adam Cole talaga. Adam Cole, baby. Yon. Continue tayo. Ethan Page The Gun putak. Time to fucking decide the Hardy Party para matapos. Ayun, so Jade Cargill versus Taya Valkyrie for the TBS title. It's time for change in AEW. Kung ayaw nyo pa i-drop yung women's title, i-drop nyo to. Pucha. We don't need Cargill hostage anymore. It's going to be Taya's turn. Taya, it's time to win here. Taya definitely needs to become the champion. Taya. Then, Jamie Hayter versus Toni Storm for the AEW Women's title. Ito na naman. Siguro, tagal na rin hindi defend tong title na to, no? Sobrang tagal na din. Like, we need new champion para mag-move or mag-progress itong feud na to. Like, we need new champion here in Toni Storm. But, maling tao eh. It has to be Saraya. Saraya kasi I think she needs to take the charge when it comes to the outcasts. Kaya parang it doesn't make sense to me. Hanggat hindi si Saraya yung kalaban, hindi that change. Wala tayong choice. Siguro, bibigay ko na lang kay JB Hater yung prediction. Para ma-justify na dapat si Saraya yung mga talo, hindi siya. No? Then, ayun, so BCC versus the Elite in an Anarchy in the Arena match. Okay. So, Anarchy, do you think this is going to be the last match in their feud? Ang haba na ito eh. I don't think so yet. So, I'm gonna go with BCC here, just a revenge. Para lang makabawi sila doon sa nangyari earlier this week sa Dynamite. Pero yan, I think it's going to be Elite. Ay, BCC. Yan. That Orange Cassidy is defending his international title in the 21-man Blackjack Battle Royale. We don't know how this thing will work. I think it's a traditional Battle Royale. So, hindi ko nakita yung names kanina. Sorry. So, feeling ko it's going to be Orange Cassidy. Feeling ko, basta may title change. Feeling ko, I'm good. Nico starts winning for sure. Yes. Jay White then candidate ko. Pero feeling ko, pag hindi, then for the TNT title, Wardlow. I don't know, pero okay. Ayan, Wardlow. I don't know, pero he's mid. At this point, he's mid. Mid na talaga sa akin. It's time for Christian to win the title. So, sobrang wala na. They ruined eh. Siguro ang recovery period na dyan, kailangan sa world title siya lumaban. Kay MJF sa lumaban. No? Ayun, so doon lang ma-recover yung character. Then, FTR versus Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal for the AEW tag titles. Holy fuck, with Mark Briscoe as the special guest referee. Feeling ko in the end, he will side with FTR here, si Mark Briscoe. Feeling ko lang naman, pero feeling ko kasi, if tapos ibang referee yung mag-count ng win. Ganon. Feeling ko ganon ang mangyayari sa finish nito. Basta regardless, I want Jeff Jarrett with natutuwa ako if he did. Pero tuwa rin FT will retain at the point sa kanila. Pero, ayan. Gibigay niyo muna ka na Jarrett. I feel, pabalik tayo sa old school. Ayun, I really love Jeff Jarrett, but they need to give it to Jeff Jarrett, man. Main event, MJF, Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, na ulit ako. So, I need to. Okay. So, oh boy. Ang hirap pa. I love all if there's one who it has to be MJF. Wala akong doubts dito. It has to be MJF. End of discussion. Period. So, let me know in the comment section or your stories sa Facebook. Let me know your thoughts about this sa comment section o kasi predictions natin sa threads on our podcast platforms. And check na lang yung mga posts natin for that. And with that said, sa Fight TV for $20. Yan lang man. Then, picks of the week. Let's do this. I think sorry, nasisito ako. So, yung ating superstar of the week, it's Ali. Si Ali, wrestler of the week. Then, for the woman, si Willow Nightingale. Man, sobrang realistic ng panalo ni Willow dito. I really love it. Number 1, yung from MWF Republica, yung SJM versus Ken Cypher. Yun ay na-release sa VOD May 17. So it counts. Basta panoorin nyo yun. If you want a match na parang naalala niyo yung Sheamus versus Gunter, this is a match that you should watch on. Or ito yung kailangan yung panoorin na match. I trust it to watch it. Huwag yung pagkatawanan, putang ina. Putang ina, sobrang lutong nung paghampas ng sipa eh. Tapos tatawanan nyo lang. Ang dami pa rin natatawa doon sa match na yun. Seryoso. And also, add na rin natin yung dito, yung Falls Count Anywhere nila Roderick Strong tsaka ni Adam Stowe and our friend here on the podcast, Jake De Leon. And yung three-way nila from Republica, this match definitely deserves a watch and a forward on what the hell is next for JDL, especially with that ending when he sided with Mr. C. You should watch it in full sa Gank o kaya sa Facebook. Ni-release naman nila yon. So you guys, so hindi ko na siya isasama sa picks na yon sa next week natin. But the match definitely deserves an automatic match of the week. Maraming kasi possible na match of the week sa tatlong pay-per-views na yon, tatlong PLEs. Pero yon, I am going to assure that match is one of my picks this week. And agad, sure na yon. That was a banger. Live pa lang, pinanood ko na ng live. That was a fucking banger. Paano BOD? Ibang-iba na yung feeling. Really love it. Okay. So, yan lang naman. So, magre-record na ako ng isa pang episode. Ayun. So, please follow the podcast on all of the social media platforms. The MTG Show Pod. Where's my plugs? Holy fuck. So, ayan. You can now donate and support the podcast. Lost $2 a month sa Gank at saka sa Patreon, ganknow.com/the-MTG-show-pod, patreon.com/@the-MTG-show-pod. You can access to all of the content. Then, you can access our subscriber-only content, lalo na ngayon, malapit na yung tatlong PLEs and pay-per-views. We're going to do a recap of my thoughts on that in coming week. Then, ayun, marami pa tayong pag-uusapan ng discussions and more to come really soon. So, you can support the podcast on Patreon and patreon.com/the-MTG-show-pod. Then, ayan, so for more podcasts, visit thebongph.com. You can support all of the podcasts of the Bong Collective sa lahat ng social media platforms at the Bong PH. Then, ayun, lahat ng Discord servers natin is available dyan sa description below sa linktr.ee/@the-MTG-show-podcast. Then yan, so podcast is available every Fridays and minsan Saturdays sa podcast platforms natin. You can check that out. And then, ano pa ba? Yun, linktr.ee/ayun, please paki-follow na rin ako sa social media platforms ko at AG Penera on Twitter and Instagram. Ayan. Then, pakisupport naman ng MWF sa kanilang parating na show sa Lights Camera Action. Malapit na yung tapings sa June 4 na yun, next Sunday. Tapos, you can get the access as low as 359 pesos a month until June 2 as part of their baksakan sale. Ayan. So, may sale sila for 359 from 599 o kaya 600 sa Gank if you want to use that access. Pero okay. Then yun, you can subscribe and support the podcast and support them on ganknow.com/Manila Wrestling Fed or manilawrestling.com on their website. Yan. So, and then FPW. So, yung kanilang Rakrakan Festival, ayun. Supportahan nyo din sila FPW andyan naman lahat sa page nila, yung lahat ng details. Sinannounce na rin nila yung cards for their upcoming events sa Rakraka Festival sa may Clark City, sa may Pampanga. Then na yun. So, that's it for episode number 162 na ang dami ng beses na move. Dapat 164 na ito. But regardless, I'm okay with that. Kapag pahinga rin ako ng maayos, I'm okay na kahit paano. So, thank you for listening on this episode. We'll see you guys next week for the MWF Republica review. And of course, the reviews of the 3 PLEs, Night of Champions, the Double or Nothing, at saka yung NXT Battleground. We'll see you guys next week for another trio episodes of the podcast. But for now, stay safe, stay rest. So see ya on the next episode of the podcast. We're out. Bye-bye.
Please rate the podcast 5 stars 6 in Tokyo Dome on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. We are Bunk Collective.